Do not forget to turn off your mobiles, please. Thank you very much for coming. One more premiere this season. Don Juan by Molière, one of the plays maybe you have seen, you have heard, some of you maybe have studied, and definitely everyone is familiar with this notorious lover. The interpretation of Molière happened just after the first and important one of Tirso de Molina in Spain, but the play of the French most popular abroad and in France author is maybe the most famous. There is also a famous opera, as you know. We try to produce it with one, it is applied acting class, but actually this is a beginning acting class, two different casts. Tonight you'll see the first cast with a female Don Juan. Thank you very much for coming. Tomorrow you'll see a female Sganarelle. As usual, a lot of girls, and the classical dramatists didn't consider this idea that one day a lot of girls will be on stage. In this period, especially in England, in some theaters in France, a lot of the actors were only male. But actually in the classical Molière theater, women were also allowed to perform. Thank you. Enjoy the stuff in London. And there's another prayer at 9. As you know, going to vote.
Whatever Aristotle and philosophy itself may say, there is nothing quite like tobacco. He who lives without it is unworthy to live. Not only does it clear and delight the brain, but it also inspires sentiments of honor and virtue in those who take it. With it, one learns how to become a gentleman.
And I do not understand how, after showing so much love and so much impatience, so many vows, sighs and tears, so many passionate letters, I do not understand, I say how, after all that, he could have the heart to go back on his words and leave Donaware.
Listen, Guzman, I don't have much trouble understanding it. And if you knew my master as I did, you wouldn't have much trouble either. But I can't say he's changed his feelings towards Elvire. But let me just tell you that in my master, you see the greatest villain the earth has ever borne. He's a madman, he's a dog, a heretic, one of Epicurus' swine who doesn't believe in heaven or hell. You tell me, he married your mistress. He would have married much more to satisfy his passion. He would have married you, your dog, your cat. A marriage costs him nothing. He just uses it to catch beauties. Young girl, peasant girl, bourgeois girl, even old ladies. Nothing is too hot or too cold for him. If I had to tell you the names of all the women he's married in various places, it would probably take us the whole night. I think it's enough for me to say that I would rather serve the devil than him. Guzman, he's made me witness such things that I wish he was I don't know where. But he is my master and I must obey him and follow what my soul detests. But here he comes, Guzman. I've told you nothing.
Who's that man talking to you, Sganarelle? He looked a lot like Don Yovure's good old Guzman.
Indeed, it was something like that.
How long has he been in this town?
Since yesterday evening.
And what brings him here?
I think you have a pretty good idea what brings him here.
Archer, no doubt.
Oh, yes. The poor man was asking me the reason.
And what answer did you give him?
That you can say nothing to me about it.
But still, what do you think about it?
I think you probably have a new love in mind.
You think so?
Yes?
My word, you're not a bit mistaken, and I must admit, another object has driven Don Elvire out of my mind.
Sir, your heart is the greatest lady chaser in the world.
And what do you think about that?
Well, I just think it's very wrong making love left and right the way you do.
What? Speak out.
I'm just a bit scandalized at the life you lead.
What kind of life do I lead?
Well, getting married every month the way you do.
Is there anything pleasanter?
Well, I suppose it is very pleasant, but to make fun of the Holy Sacrament this way...
Come, that's a matter between heaven and me, and we'll settle it together.
Sir, to mock heaven is wicked mockery.
Masterful, I told you, I do not like expostulating.
Of course, sir. Now, I'm not speaking to you. Now, you have your reasons, you know what you're doing. But there are some impertinent little people in this world who are free thinkers just because it's becoming to them. If I had a master like that, I would look him in the eyes and tell him, who do you think you are to set yourself up against heaven in this way, you little earthworm, you little... I'm speaking to the other master. Who do you think you are to mock what everyone reveres, just because you have a blonde wig, curled ribbons and fancy dress? I'm speaking to the other master. Do you think that you can do whatever you want? Mark my words, heaven will punish us!
My business is to tell you that I have my heart set on a certain beauty, and led on by her charms, I have followed her all the way to this town.
But, sir, have you nothing to fear about the death of the commander you killed here 6 months ago?
And why fear? Didn't I kill him properly?
Very well, very properly indeed.
I got my pardon for that affair.
Yes, sir, but pardon does not extinguish the resentment of relatives and friends.
Come, my dear Sganarelle, let's not think about what gives us harm, and let's only think about what can give us pleasure. The young girl I'm telling you about is an engaged beauty, lovely as can be, who was brought here by the very man she's going to marry. Never have I seen two people more happily in love and displaying more affection. Today, this would-be husband is to treat his mistress to a boat ride on the sea, and everything is prepared for me to satisfy my love. And I have this man and a small boat with which I expect to carry up my beauty very easily. Sganarelle, come on, get along all my weapons so that...
Well, do me the kindness, Don Juan, to be willing to recognize me.
Madame, I confess I wasn't expecting you here.
Yes, I can see very well that you were not expecting me here, and you're surprised indeed, but quite otherwise than I had hoped. And the way you show it fully convinces me of what I was refusing to believe. I marvel at my simplicity and weak-heartedness in doubting the betrayal with so much evidence confirmed. I was fond enough, I confess, or rather stupid enough, to struggle to deceive myself and give the lies to my eyes and judgment. My suspicions spoke to me each day in vain. I rejected their voices, which would have made you criminal in my eyes, and listened with pleasure to 1,000 ridiculous fancies which represented you as innocent. But now, at last, this reception leaves me no room for doubt, and your look, when you first saw me, tells me far more things that I could have wished to know. That's why I should like very much to hear from your own lips the reasons why you left. Speak, Don Juan, I pray you, and let's see with what countenance you will justify yourself.
Madame, here is Sganarelle, who will tell you why I left.
I, sir?
Well, Sganarelle, speak.
Speak to Madame.
What do you want me to say?
Tell us something about the reasons for such a sudden departure.
Aren't you an answer?
I have nothing to answer.
You answer, I tell you.
Madame?
What?
Sir, the reasons for our departure are Alexander and the other worlds, and that's all I can say.
Will you be kind enough, Don Juan, to enlighten us about this fine mysteries?
Madame, to tell you the truth.
Oh, how poorly you know how to defend yourself for a courtier who must be accustomed to this sort of thing. I pity you to see the confusion herein. But why don't you swear to me that you still have the same feelings for me? That nothing but death is capable of tearing you from me? Why don't you tell me that the business of the utmost importance forced you to leave without letting me know, and I have to go back to where I came from, assured that you will follow me in my footsteps? Why don't you tell me that, apart from me, you suffer what a body suffers separated from its soul? That is how you should defend yourself, and not be as speechless as you are.
Madame, I confess, I have a sincere heart, and I will not tell you that I still have the same feelings for you, and that I do burn to be with you again. But scruples came to me, Madame, and I opened the eyes of my soul upon what I was doing. I came to realize that I had stolen you from a convent, that you broke vows that bound you elsewhere, and that heaven is very jealous of this kind of thing. I reflected that our marriage was nothing but a disguised adultery, and that it would bring upon us some retribution from on high. In short, I'd like to give you a way to go back to your first bonds.
You villain! Now I know you. And to my misfortune, I know you when it is too late, and when such knowledge can no longer help me, but drive me to despair. But your crime shall not remain unpunished.
Madame, please.
That's enough! My wrath is not one to spend itself in empty words, and its full heat is reserved for its vengeance. I tell you once more, heaven will punish you, traitor, for the wrong you're doing me. And if heaven has nothing you can fear, fear at least the anger of an outraged woman.
All right. Let's think about carrying out our amorous enterprise.
What kind of an abominable master I'm forced to serve?
One sakes, Pierrot, you sure we're there in the nick of time?
By golly, it would have taken less than a hair's breadth, and they'd be drowned, the two of them.
So it was that gale that blew up suddenly in the morning that tipped them over in the sea.
Okay, listen to me here, Sean. I'll tell you right from the start how it all happened. Because like that fella says, I spotted him first. I spotted him first, I did. So anyway, I'm on the seashore, see me and Fat Lucas. And suddenly, I see something kind of wriggling out in the water. I could see it. It was visual, all right. Then suddenly, I could see that. I could see nothing no more. Hey, Lucas. Reckon them's men swimming out there. He ain't seeing straight. Wanna bet that I'm seeing straight? And them's men swimming right this way. I bet it ain't. Oh, so? So anyway, I preached him so much that we got ourselves in a boat. And then we tugged them and hold them and just like that got him out of the water. And then back home next to the fire and stripped her all naked so to dry out. And then Mathurine came in and one of them made eyes at her. And that's it. That's how it all happened.
Didn't you tell me, Pierrot, that one of them was much better looking than the others?
He must be some big gentleman. Because he's got gold all over his coat, all the way from top to bottom.
So is he still all naked at your house, Pierrot?
Nah, they got him dressed right in front of us. By God, I never seen one of them being dressed. They got hair that doesn't even surround their heads. They got shirts, they got sleeves that we could get inside of, you and me, just the way we are. And then, on top of that, such a lot of ribbons. Such a lot of ribbons. It really makes you sorry for them.
I gotta go have a...
Oh, listen to me here. First, shut up.
What is it?
I got something else to tell you.
What?
You know, we're fixing to get married together, and
Oh. What is it?
you vex my mind, frankly.
What do you mean?
You don't love me.
That's all?
Yeah, that's all. And that's plenty, too.
Well, what do you want me to do about that?
Listen, people play 1,000 little monkey tricks on people when they truly love them from the heart. Look at Fat Thomas and young Robin. She's always around him, annoying him, and never leaves him alone. The other day, he's sitting on a stool. She comes and yanks it from under, and he goes full letter to the floor. Tarnation! That's how you can let people in love. But you never say a word to me. You're like a bump on a log.
Huh? Anyways, that's my temperament. I cannot do anything about it.
Temperament or no, when people feel friendly like towards another person, they always do a little something to show it.
I love you every bit I can. And if you don't like it, you can go off someone else.
See, that's what I get. Gosh almighty, all I ask for is a little bit of friendship.
Well, take it easy too. It might come all by itself without thinking too much about it.
Then promise me you'll try to love me more.
I will do all I can, but it will have to come by itself. Pierrot, is this the gentleman?
Yep, there he is.
Oh, isn't he nice?
I'm gonna have myself a pint.
So,
We've missed our chances getting around. That squall upset not only our boat, but the plans we made too. But to tell you the truth, that peasant girl we just left has made up for that mishap.
Sir, hardly have we escaped a deadly peril, and already you, instead of thanking the heavens, you seek to get his wrath down upon you again. Sir! Sir!
Sganarelle, look. Have you ever seen anything more beautiful in your life?
Yes?
To what do I owe my beauty? Such a life.
As you see, sir.
Are you from the village?
Uh-huh.
You live here?
Uh-huh.
Your name is?
Charlotte, at your service?
My, what a beautiful girl and what piercing eyes.
Oh, sir, you're making me all ashamed.
Don't be ashamed of hearing the truth about yourself. What you say, Sganarelle? Have you ever seen anything more beautiful? What a pretty figure. Lift your head all the way. What a beautiful face. Open your eyes, please. How loving they are. Let me take a look at your teeth. How charming they are. What appetizing lips.
Oh, sir, you're making me all ashamed. And I don't know whether you're making fun of me or not.
I make fun of you? God forbid. I'm speaking from the bottom of my heart, and you're under no obligation to anything I'm saying.
Oh, sir, you're pleased to say so, and I have no wit to answer you with.
Sganarelle, just look at her hands.
So they are.
Keep saying they're the loveliest in the world, and I would kiss them for you.
If I'd known earlier, I wouldn't have felt to wash them.
Now, tell me just one thing, my fair Charlotte. You're not married, I trust.
No. But I am to be soon to Pierrot, the son of our neighbor Simonette.
What? A person like you should become the wife of a mere peasant? No, that would be a profanation of so much beauty. And you weren't born to live your life in the village. There is no doubt about it. Heaven has brought me here on purpose to prevent this marriage and do justice to your charms. This love is very sudden, but I love you, Charlotte, with all my heart.
Oh, sir, I would like nothing better than to believe you, but I know that you court folk are only out to take advantage of the girls.
I am not one of those people.
Not much.
Would I have such a wicked soul as to take advantage of a girl like you? No, Charlotte, let me tell you right now and right here that I have no other intentions than to marry you. And I call on this man here to witness my pledge.
Have no fear, he will marry you as much as you want.
I see that you do not know me yet, and you do judge me by others. But if there are scoundrels in this world, men who seek only to take advantage of other women, count me out of that number. Count me out of that number, Charlotte, for I'd pierce my heart with 1,000 stabs if I had thought any thought of betraying you.
Oh, I'd like nothing better than to believe you, but...
Then will you please do me the concert of becoming my wife?
Yes!
Shake hands in it, Charlotte, for if your heart you're willing, and allow me your hand and kiss a kiss of your pledge.
I tell you, hands off! You're getting too head up, and you can touch a person.
Who's this Mellor here?
I tell you, hands off! Because you're a gentleman, you come here and kiss our wives, right in front of our faces. Go ahead and kiss your own wives. So? Don't hit me. That's Jeepers!
Don't get mad.
And you're back here to hit him, we did you like that.
But Pierrot, this gentleman wants to marry me!
But you promised me.
Anyways, give it to the lady! I'll make sure that you get something to... You can bring the sour chocolate and cheese to the house.
I bring you none, never, even if you pay me twice as much.
No.
I've seen folk like you by the dozens.
Sir, don't bother with him. Mr. Chap, just go on your way and say nothing to him.
Say something to him, I will.
I'll show you.
A friend of yours.
Get for your charity. Oh, alas, I'm going to be the happiest of men.
Uh-oh.
Why, sir? What are you doing here with Charlotte? Are you talking about talk to her too?
No. Contrary, she was indicating her desire to become my wife, and I was telling her in reply that I'm contracted to you.
Sir, what does Mathurine want with you?
She's jealous of seeing me talking to you and wanting to marry you, but I tell her that's what I want. Anything you say will be pointless.
Mathurine?
She's as obstinate as the devil, really.
Do you mean?
No, look, don't talk to her.
I'd like to, but...
Really? She's mad. She's mad.
No, I must speak to her. Say, Charlotte, it's not nice to carry on other folks' arrangements.
It's not nice, Mathurine, to be jealous because the gentleman is speaking to me.
I'm the one the gentleman saw first.
If he saw you first, he saw me second, and he promised to marry me. He's the man to tell you from wrong. Is it true, sir, that you gave me your word to get your husband?
No.
We have to know the truth. This has got to be decided. Tell her. Speak up.
You'll see. You'll see yourself. What do you want me to say? All this talk doesn't get us anywhere. We must do and not say because actions speak louder than words. And that's the only way I need to clear you up. And once I get married, you'll see which one of you has the real possession of my heart. Let her flatter herself with all her fancies. Let her talk. I love you. I'm wholly yours. All faces are ugly beside yours. All of who have seen you cannot bear others. Ladies, please do excuse me. I have a little order to give, but I will be back to see you in half an hour.
Anyways, I'm the one who was. I'm the one who married her.
Girls, stop! Stop, can't you see my master is a cheat? He only wants to take advantage of you, like he's taking advantage of many others.
Oh, Sganarelle.
Monsieur is a man of honor.
Ladies, business obliges me to leave, but I do beg you to remember the promise I have given you, and believe me when I say you will hear from me. So I'll put on my clothes.
Sir, you're joking. You're supposed to get killed like this?
I'm doing you too much honor, and happy is the battle before you can die for his master. Come on.
Thank you for such an honor. Sir, you must admit that I was right, and here we are, the two of us, wonderfully disguised. So, tell me, is it true that you don't believe in heaven at all?
Let that question go.
In other words, no. And in hell? Don't you believe in the afterlife at all? Well, you have to believe in something. What do you believe in?
What do I believe in?
Yes?
I believe that 2 and 2 makes 4 Sganarelle, and that 4 and 4 makes 8.
That's a fine belief. I see your religion is arithmetics. Oh, well, I haven't studied like you, thank God. But with my own common sense, I wonder who created these mountains, these lakes, these rivers, this ground. I mean, here you are, these veins, these arteries, these lungs, this stomach, this head, and this, and that. Please interrupt me. I can't argue unless I'm interrupted.
I'm waiting for your argument to be finished.
Well, my argument is that there is something admirable in man. Now look at me. My brain can make my body do whatever it wants. I can lift my hands up in the air. I can jump on one foot.
Now your argument has broken. Go, call that man I see over there and ask him the direction.
Hello, sir. Hello, friend. Can you tell us the way to town?
You have only to follow the road, then gentlemen, and do not pass right when you come to Zaharieva. But I warn you, you should be on your guard. It's because for some time the Dimitrova was here about.
I'm very much obliged to you, my friend, and I thank you with all my heart.
If you would be good enough, sir, to help me a bit.
Aha, your warning is self-serving, I see.
I'm just a poor man, sir, retired all along this wood for the past 10 years, and I shall not fail to pray for heaven to give you all sorts of good things.
Well, try to give you a suit of clothes and to go barging into other people's affairs. But tell me, what's your occupation here among these trees?
Praying for heaven all day long for the prosperity of people who give me something.
Then it couldn't be you're not very well off.
Alas, sir, I'm in the greatest possible need.
You must be joking. A man who prays to heaven all day long cannot fail to be in comfortable circumstances.
I assure you, sir, that for most of the time I don't have even a piece of bread to get my teeth into.
That is strange. I'll give you a louis d'or right now, as long as you're willing to swear.
Sir, would you want me to commit such a sin?
Here's one. But you must swear. Sir, come on. Unless you do, you won't get it.
Come on, just take it. There's nothing wrong with a bit of swearing.
Come on, swear. No, sir. I'd rather die of hunger. Alright, I'll give it to you for the love of humanity. Well, what's this I see over there? One man attacked by 3 others? I must not tolerate this.
My master is a madman.
Allow me, sir, to offer my thanks for such generous action.
No, sir. There's nothing you wouldn't have done in my place. But tell me, how did you happen to fall into their hands?
I had been separated by accident from my brother, and as I was trying to get back to him, I met up with these robbers, who first killed my horse and would have done the same to me.
Are you planning to travel in this direction of town?
Yes, but I don't want to go inside the town. We find ourselves obliged, my brother and I, to keep to the fields, on account on one of these unpleasant affairs that oblige gentlemen to sacrifice themselves.
May I ask what this affair of yours may be?
There is no point of making a secret of it any longer. The offense we are seeking to avenge is the seduction of my sister, Elvire, who was carried off from a convent, and that the author of this offense is one Don Juan Tenorio, son of Don Luis Tenorio. We have been looking for him for some days.
Do you know him, sir, this Don Juan you're speaking of?
For my part, no. I have never seen him. I have only heard him described by my brother, but his reputation is hardly of the best.
Yes, please, sir. Don Juan is something of a friend of mine, and I don't want him to be ill-spoken of in front of me.
I'll say nothing about him, sir, but however he may be a friend of yours, I dare to hope he may not approve of his action, and will not find it strange that you are trying to take a vengeance on him.
On the contrary, I want to help you in this and spare you the useless pains of seeking Don Juan any further. And you only have to say when you want him to appear and give you satisfaction.
Oh, how cruel is my destiny. Must I owe you my life, and must Don Juan be a friend of yours?
Heavens, what do I see here? What? Brother? Here you are with your mortal enemy?
Our mortal enemy?
Yes, I myself am Don Juan. Your advantage of numbers will not make me try to disguise my name.
Ah, traitor, you shall perish him!
Oh, brother, stop. I owe him my life, and without the help of his arm, I would have been killed by some robbers.
And do you mean to let this consideration hinder our vengeance? Your gratitude, brother, is ridiculous, and since honor is infinitely more precious than life, to our life to someone who has stolen our honor is little or nothing at all.
Brother, I know the difference a gentleman must always make between the two things, but allow me to return to him, hear what he has lent me, and to pay back on the spot, to give him the freedom to enjoy for a few days the fruits of his good deed.
No! No! It is not vengeance to the end! Heaven offers it to us here and now. It's up to us to take advantage of it. And if we find it repugnant to lead you around to this action, we have only to withdraw and leave me the glory of such sacrifice.
I beg you, brother!
All is talking to both of us! He must die!
No, brother, I beg you! I'll absolutely not allow an attack on his days, and I swear to heaven that I'll stand here and protect him, anyone, whatever.
What? You've taken our enemy's side against me? And you show for him feelings of mildness?
Brother, let's show moderation in a legitimate action. Let's have a courage to your master's side, and to act by a pure deliberation of our reason, and not on an impulse of a blind fury. Brother, I do not want to remain in debt to my enemy.
Oh, what a strange weakness and dreadful blindness, to risk the interests of our honor for the ridiculous notion, for the imaginary obligation.
No, brother, don't worry. If I make a mistake, I shall take the care of our honor, all upon myself. I know what it requires of us, and this one-day postponement will only increase my order to satisfy it. Don Juan, you see the time of pains to return the good deed that I have received from you. You know well enough how great an offense you have done us, and I leave you to judge for yourself what reparation it demands. There are gentle ways to satisfy us, there are violent and bloody ones. But anyway, whichever you choose, you have given me your word, to have Don Juan give me satisfaction. Keep that in mind, I beg you. And remember that from this point on, I have no further obligation except to my honor.
I require nothing of you, and I will keep the promise I have given.
Come, brother.
Hey? Hello? Sganarelle?
Sir?
What, you don't give on my own attacked?
Oh, no, sir. I think that costume made me sick.
Do you know whose life it was I just saved?
Me? No.
It was a brother of Elvire's.
Hmm.
He's a rather a decent chap.
That's perfect, now you can make everything peaceful.
Yes, but my passion for Doña Elvire is spent. And I like freedom and love, as you know. I have a natural inclination to let myself go toward whatever attracts me. My heart belongs to all beautiful women, and it's up to them to decide if they'd like to keep it or not. But tell me, what is this splendid building here I see among these trees?
Oh, that one. That's the tomb of the commander.
Ah, you're right. I've heard such wonderful things about it, and about the statue of the commander as well, and I think I'd like to go see it.
Sir, you're joking. Don't go there.
Why not?
But it's not civil.
On the contrary, I mean, this visit is a civility to him. Come on, let's go.
What do you think, sir?
The dead man's ambition could hardly go any further.
Oh, here's the statue of the commander.
My heavens!
Oh, it's so beautiful, it seems as if it is alive and it will speak to me any moment.
Sganarelle?
Yes?
Ask the commander if you'd like to have supper with him.
Oh, I don't think he needs that.
Ask him.
Sir, you must be joking.
Do what I told you.
How absurd. Would the Lord Commander like to have supper with my master, Don Juan? Sir! The statue!
What are you trying to say to him? What?
The statue signaled to me!
The statue signaled to you.
Go and see for yourself!
Watch now. Would the Lord Commander like to have supper with you?
I won't give presents for 10 louis d'ors! Well, sir?
Come on, let's get out.
Sir, the statue, you...
Whatever it may be, let's not talk about it. It may have been a trifle, we may have been fooled by a bad light.
Sir, you cannot deny what we just saw. It was heaven who saw you wrong ways and...
Listen, if you pester me anymore with your stupid moralizing, you say the least little bit about it.
Very well, I understand perfectly.
Sir, here's your furniture. Monsieur Dimanche asking to speak to you.
That's just what we need, a greeting from a creditor.
No, send him in, on the contrary. It's good to give them some satisfaction, and I have the secret of sending them away without paying a penny.
Aha, Don Juan!
Monsieur Dimanche, my best friend, how delighted I am to see you have arrived there to find me door.
Sir, I'm very much obliged to you.
Monsieur Dimanche, my best friend.
Sir, I came...
Quick, a seat for Monsieur Dimanche.
Sir, that's not necessary.
Oh no, I want you to sit right beside me.
Sir, I'm fine like this.
You
I have only...
No, sit. Come on, sit.
Sir, really, this is not necessary.
I won't listen until you sit.
If you insist.
Monsieur Dimanche, you're looking well.
At your service, sir.
You look wonderful, the picture of health, red lips, sparkling eyes.
Yes, sir. I have to say...
How is Madame Dimanche, your wife?
Very well, thanks heaven.
She's a good woman.
She's your servant, sir.
And how is little Claudine?
She couldn't be better.
Oh, what a pretty little girl she is. I love her with all my heart.
You took her too much honor,
And
sir.
how is little Colin? Is he drumming as ever on his drum?
As much as ever, sir. Sir, I have...
And your little dog Brusquette?
The dog is fine. The dog is... Sir, I have to ask you something.
Don't be surprised if I ask for news for the whole family, for I take a great interest.
Sir, we're very much obliged to you, but...
Then shake hands with Monsieur Dimanche. Are you really a friend of mine?
Sir, I'm your servant.
There's nothing I wouldn't do for you.
Sir, you're too
My
kind.
heavens, I'm yours with all my heart.
Sir, I have only one word to say.
Monsieur Dimanche, will you have supper with me?
Sir, I have to go back.
Quick, a torch to guide Monsieur Dimanche home.
Sir, that's not necessary. I can go back perfectly alone, but I have to
I'm
ask
your
you...
servant, and what's more, your debtor.
Sir,
I tell it to everyone. There's nothing I wouldn't do.
Sir.
I praise you, Monsieur Dimanche. There's nothing in the world I wouldn't do to serve you.
You must say, Monsieur is very fond of you.
Yeah, he pays me too many compliments. I could never ask him for my...
Don't worry about that.
But Sganarelle, you do owe me something on your account.
You must be joking.
But my money...
Ah, nonsense.
Sganarelle!
Bye.
Sir, here's your father. Oh, just why you need to drive me insane.
I see very well that you're tired of seeing me. I too am tired of your wicked affairs. But alas, today I'm here on a mission from heaven to ask you to repent for your sins. Oh son, how little do we know when we do not leave the responsibility of the things we need to heaven and press it with our blind wishes and requests. This son, whom the heaven has granted me after wearying it with my prayers and entreaties, is the torment and grief of this very life of which I thought he would be joy and consolation. How do you suppose I can regard the mass of unworthy actions of yours? Your unending series of wicked affairs has reduced us to wearying the Lord Almighty's indulgence, and in his eyes lessened the piety of myself and my brothers. Oh, to such baseness you have sunk. Tell me, what in this world have you done to be a man? Do you think it's enough to bear the name and live like this? Wasting the gift of life granted to you by heaven? In Bible Mekh, it says, behold, the prophet Elvire, the hearts of their sons should be returned to the fathers, and the hearts of the fathers shall be returned to the sons.
Sir,
Will you
sit down.
repent, my son? In the name of heaven, I beg you. Will you receive the blessing of your Father and that of heavens?
I repeat, if you sit down, you'll be more comfortable for talk.
I see very well that my words had no impression on your soul whatsoever. But know, son, that I shall pray to heaven for the enlightenment of your soul and forgiveness of your sins, and perhaps the forgiveness of for myself for having given you life.
Or die as soon as you can. It makes me furious to see fathers who live as long as their sons.
Sir, there is a veiled lady asking to see you.
Who could it be?
We must see.
Don't be surprised, Don Juan, to see me at this hour and in this costume. It's an urgent motive that forces me to this visit, and what I will have to say to you will brook no delay. I have not come here full of wrath that burst from me a while ago, and you see me very changed from what I was this morning. I am no longer the Donna Elvire who prayed against you and whose irritated soul uttered nothing but threats and breathed nothing but vengeance. Heaven has banished from my soul all these shameful outbursts of a gross, earthly love, and it has left in my heart, for you, a flame, purified of all sensual matters. It is pure and perfect love that brings me to this visit, to convey to you a warning from heaven and try to bring you back. Yes, Don Juan, I know all the transgressions of your life, and the same heaven that has touched my heart inspired me to come here and find you and tell you in its name that your offenses have exhausted their mercy, and you may not have one more day to escape the greatest day of all misfortunes.
I do believe you're crying.
Forgive me, sir.
As for me, I'm no longer attached to you by any worldly bonds. I have recovered, thanks to heaven, from all those insane thoughts, and my retirement from the world is settled. But in that retirement, it would be an extreme grief for me to see a person whom I have tenderly cherished become the dire example of heaven justice. I beseech you, Don Juan, as my final favor, do not deny me your salvation and spare me the cruel misery of seeing you condemned to internal torments.
Oh, poor woman, poor woman.
Madame, I approach you with extreme tenderness. Nothing in the world has been so dear to me as you. I have forgotten my duty for you. I have done everything for you. And all I ask you in return is to reform your life. Change yourself, Don Juan, either for the love of me or the love of yourself. That is all I had to say.
Madame, it's late. Stay here.
No, Don Juan.
It would do me great pleasure if you stay.
Don't detain me any further.
Sganarelle, we must think about reforming.
Yes, of course. Yes.
Yes, we must reform. Another 20 or 30 years of our lives, and then we'll think of our souls. Not like that.
Who the devil is coming to disturb us?
What is it?
The statue! The statue!
Quick, bring us drinks. To the health of the commander. Quick, Sganarelle, sing your song to entertain the commander.
I have a cold, sir.
No matter, come on.
Don Juan, that's enough. I invite you to come and supper with me. We will have the courage to...
Yes, I'll come with Sganarelle for company.
Thank you. Tomorrow's the fast day for me.
Take this torch.
We need no light.
What? My son? Could it be true that the heaven has finally heeded my prayers? Could it be that the heaven has brought enlightenment to your heart? Please tell me that you're not eluding me with false hope and that I can put confidence in this sudden conversion of yours.
Yes, you see me return from all my errors. I am no longer the same Don Juan as last night. Heaven has produced in me a change that is going to surprise everyone. It has touched my soul and opened the eyes of my heart, and I view with the long blindness with which I have lived until now. I will strive to obtain from heaven a full pardon for my crimes. That is what I'm going to work for. And please, will you help me find some person to serve me as a guide, under whose direction I may follow on the path I'm about to enter.
Oh, son, you have no idea how easily his father's tenderness lifted away with mere words of repentance. I no longer remember the grief you caused me in the past. My soul feels lighter and enlightened. I shall go to your mother right now and share with her the ecstasy of this happiness I feel. My son, be blessed.
Sir, finally you've converted. Oh, I'm so happy.
That was pure politics. The necessary pose to get on a good side of father whom I need.
What a man, what a man.
There's no shame in that anymore nowadays. Hypocrisy is a fashionable vice, and all fashionable vices pass for good virtues. The role of a good man is perhaps the best role a person can play today. It's an art. It's a privileged vice, whose hand closes everyone's mouth. And it is under this favorable shelter that I seek protection. I shall conceal myself, and I'll abandon all my pleasant habits, and divert myself in a quiet way. I shall set myself up as a censor of the actions of others, judge everyone harshly, and have a good opinion of no one but myself. I shall play the avenger of heaven's interests, and on that pretext, harass my enemies, and load them with insults. That's the way to take advantage of men's weaknesses and for an intelligent mind to adapt itself to the vices of its day.
Oh, heavens, sir! The only thing you needed to make you complete was to be a hypocrite. Do whatever you want to me. Kill me, whip me, hit me. But I'm a faithful valet, and I must say this. Sir, you must understand that man on this world is like a bird on a branch, and the branch attaches itself to a tree, and he who attaches himself to a tree has good precepts, and good precepts are better than fine words, but fine words are found at court. At court, there are courtiers, and courtiers follow fashion. Fashion comes from fancy, and fancy is a faculty of the soul. The soul gives us life, and life ends in death. Death makes us think of heaven, and heaven is above the earth. The earth has seas, and the seas toss ships. Ships need good pilots, and good pilots have prudence, but prudence is not found in young people. And young people pay obedience to old people. Old people love riches, and riches make a person rich. Rich people are not poor, and poor people, as everyone knows, have necessities. And necessity knows no laws. And a man who lives without any laws lives like a brute beast. So therefore, you're going to burn in hell.
What fine reason.
Don Juan, I hope that things will go peacefully, and you will acknowledge my sister as your wife.
Alas, with all my heart, I would like to give you the satisfaction that you desire. But heaven is directly opposed to it. It has inspired in my soul a plan to change my life and strip myself as soon as possible of every kind of vanity, and to break away from all the transgressions that I was led to by the fire of blind youth.
Your plan, Don Juan, does not conflict with what I say, and the company of a lawful wife is fully compatible with the laudable ideas that heaven inspires in you.
Alas, not at all. It is your wife herself that adopted that plan. She is resolved to retire from this world.
Her retirement cannot satisfy us, and our honor demands that she live with you.
Blame heaven for it.
Don Juan, do you think to dazzle us by these fair excuses?
It is heaven that so wills it.
Do you expect me to be satisfied with such talk?
I obey the voice of heaven.
You have taken her out of a convent and then left her.
It is heaven that so wills it.
What? Always heaven?
You can do what you wish, but I tell you, I do not want to fight. Heaven directly opposes it. And if you attack me, we shall see what will happen.
We shall see. Indeed, we shall see.
Sir, what kind of a devilish style are you adopting now?
Go on, go on.
Don Juan, stop. You gave me your word yesterday to come and supper with me.
If heaven is trying to give me a warning, it will have to speak a little more clearly.
Give me your hand.
Here it is. Oh heaven, what is this I feel? An invisible fire is burning me. I can bear no more. My whole body is burning into a fiery furnace.
What about my wages? My wages! Everyone is happy but me. Violated laws, disappointed parents, wives led astray, angered brothers. Everyone is happy. And here I am. I never asked for this. After so many years of service, I have no compensation. What about my wages? My wages!
9, we will present here going to Paul, Georges Feydeau and French vaudeville. So, another funny story. And the same is our plan for tomorrow. At 7:30, the other cast of Don Juan. At 9, going to Paul. Thank you for coming. We have to change here, so wait for your friends. Sorry. Wait for your friends, they will come to you. Valev,